So I had a call earlier today from a vendor who was out at one of my properties. Owned some investment real estate and a vendor was out there, an AC guy, because the AC wasn't working for the tenant, and he called me with some bad news. He said, "Tucker, bad news for you. The AC is going to require a replacement." I thought, shoot. Okay, how much is it going to be? And it's a good thing I was sitting down because he told me it's going to be like $9,000 to replace this silly AC unit. I thought, oh gosh, well, at least I can deduct that $9,000 as an expense on my property, right? Well, maybe I can, maybe I can't. Because see, the IRS has some very specific rules on what things can be deducted immediately, all up front, and what things have to be deducted over time. Well, I'm Tucker Robbins with White Robbins Property Management. Let me give you a quick pull back the curtain on what and when to deduct things. See, there are certain things that the IRS says you absolutely can deduct in full at the time they're expensed on your property. For example, things like utilities, your water bills or your utility bill, property taxes, fully deductible right in the front end. HOA dues, if you pay an HOA bill, your property management fees, if you hire us, White Robbins Property Management, to manage your property, and you pay us a property management fee, well, at the end of the year, when you do your taxes, that fee is an expense item to you. You can deduct it from your income. There's good news. Utilities, repairs, all those things are deductible. Now there's some things, though, that you cannot deduct in full. The IRS says, you know what? Here's some examples of things you can't deduct in full. New appliances, air conditioning unit, new windows, a new roof. Do you see some commonality in there in these things? The word new? Yes. Things that the IRS would classify as a restoration project, renovation projects, or improvements. If it's an improvement to the property, if it causes the property to increase in value or be improved, the IRS says, no, we're not going to let you fully deduct that all at once as an expenditure. So no, Tucker, you cannot write off or deduct that $9,000 air conditioning unit. Shoot. Repairs, fully deductible at the time they're expensed out. Improvements, can't do it. Can't do it. Instead, what you have to do with your improvements is you have to capitalize or depreciate. That's kind of an IRS term in there that you have to depreciate that item over an extended period of time. So for example, my new air conditioning unit, which my tenants can be very happy about, I have to expense that out a little bit every year over the next, you ready for this? 27 and a half years. That's how long it's going to take me to offset that expense. I can't write it off. It's not a writable expense per IRS for 27 and a half years. Why? That's the IRS rules. So anything that is a capital expenditure, you must expense over that time. Now, there's a lot of gray area there. For example, if your toilet needs plunging and it's hundreds of dollars a repair to the toilet, could you write it off? But what if the toilet has to be replaced because it's broken? Is that really an upgrade? Is that an improvement, or is it a repair to a toilet? And some CPAs and owners may say, you know what, that's a repair. Yes, I replaced the toilet, but it's a repair. I'm going to expense it all out. Other owners, clients may say, no, I'm going to expense that over 27 and a half years for the toilet. See, we leave that to you. That's your decision. So when you receive, for example, that your monthly profit and loss from us, your paperwork, we're not going to make that decision on your behalf. We want to allow you and give you the flexibility to decide, you and your CPA, hey, was this an improvement or was it an expense? And how am I going to treat that for tax purposes? That's not a decision we're going to make on your behalf. We want your CPA and you to be making that decision. If you're not using a CPA and you own rental property, now's the time to start using a CPA. If you need recommendations on that, we're happy to help. Just reach out to us, give our office a call, visit us online at whiterobbins.com. We're happy to provide any guidance and information we can. But be cautious as you're expensing out repairs versus improvements to make sure you're staying inside the IRS guidelines. but you really want to involve a CPA to make sure that you're expensing them out over time appropriately. So if you need help, give us a call. We're happy to be a resource in any way we can.